Choosing between a traditional pressure cooker and an Instant Pot isn't about which one is better in a vacuum, it's about how you actually operate in your kitchen. If you are the type of cook who needs to feel the heat, adjust the flame, and drive the process manually, a stovetop pressure cooker is an indispensable tool. It's mechanical, powerful, and tactile. But if your cooking life is defined by multitasking, if you need to start dinner and then go help with homework or answer emails without worrying about blowing a safety valve, the Instant Pot was built exactly for you. This comparison isn't about specs, it's about matching the tool to your reality. Maximum pressure and speed. Let's get straight to the physics. A traditional stovetop pressure cooker is a stronger beast. It typically reaches 15 psi, pounds per square inch, which is the gold standard for pressure cooking. This higher pressure translates to higher internal temperatures, around 250 degrees Fahrenheit, which means it cooks food faster and breaks down tough connective tissue in meat more aggressively. When you are in a rush and need beans done now, the stovetop model wins on raw speed. It also depressurizes faster because you can run cold water over the lid, a cold water release technique that you simply cannot do with an electric unit. The Instant Pot, by comparison, is gentler. Most models top out at around 11 to 12 psi. While that might sound like a small difference, it matters. You will generally need to add about 25% more cooking time to an Instant Pot recipe to get the same tenderness you'd achieve on the stove. It's not slow, but it lacks that extra gear of power. If your primary goal is speed and intense heat, the Instant Pot forces you to wait a little longer. However, for most home cooks, the trade-off of a few extra minutes is barely noticeable compared to the ease of use. Heat source and regulation. Here is where the user experience splits completely. A stovetop pressure cooker is dumb metal heated by an external fire or induction coil. You are the thermostat. You have to bring it to a boil, listen for the hiss, or watch the gauge, and then dial back the burner to maintain pressure without overdoing it. It requires your presence. You can't leave the house, and you shouldn't really leave the room. This manual control gives you the ability to sear meat aggressively before pressurizing, because gas burners put out far more BTUs than any electric heating element ever could. The Instant Pot is fundamentally an electric heat plate with a brain. It uses sensors to monitor the internal temperature and pressure, cycling its heating element on and off to stay within safe limits. You press a button and walk away. This is its killer app. You don't need to babysit the stove or worry about adjusting the heat. It regulates itself. But this comes at a cost. The built-in heating element is weaker than a stove burner. Searing meat in an Instant Pot can be frustrating because the pan temperature drops quickly when you add food, and it takes a while to recover. You often end up steaming your meat instead of browning it. Versatility and functionality. If you want a tool that does one thing perfectly, get the stovetop cooker. It is a dedicated pressure vessel. It can double as a regular heavy-bottom pot for boiling pasta or making stock, but that's about it. It doesn't make yogurt. It doesn't function as a slow cooker unless you have a very specific stove setup and a lot of patience. Its limited scope is actually a benefit for minimalists who hate clutter and gadgets with million-button interfaces. It is a pot that gets pressurized. Simple. The Instant Pot is a Swiss Army knife. It's a pressure cooker, yes, but it's also a slow cooker, rice cooker, yogurt maker, and warmer. For people with limited kitchen space or those who don't want to own 5 different appliances, this consolidation is huge. You can brown onions, pressure cook a stew, and then keep it warm for 3 hours until your partner gets home, all in the same pot without touching a dial. It allows for delayed start cooking, meaning you can load it up in the morning and have it start cooking in the afternoon. A stovetop pot simply cannot do that. Supervision and mental load. This is the lifestyle factor. Cooking with a stovetop pressure cooker is an active event. It demands your attention. You are monitoring a potential bomb, Okay, modern ones are safe, but the instinct remains. You have to be present to turn the heat down once pressure is reached, and you have to be there to turn it off. It occupies mental bandwidth. For a serious cook who enjoys the process, this engagement is rewarding. For a tired parent, it's another chore. The Instant Pot removes the anxiety. The set it and forget it nature is not just a slogan, it's the entire reason the product succeeded. You lock the lid, hit stew, and go take a shower or run to the store. The machine handles the ramping up, the cooking duration, and the switch to keep warm. If you get distracted and forget about dinner for an hour, your food isn't ruined. It's just waiting for you at a safe temperature. That reduction in mental load is often worth more to people than the superior searing or slightly faster cooking speed of the stovetop version. Durability and longevity. Stovetop pressure cookers are tanks. They are simple mechanical devices made of stainless steel and aluminum. There are no circuit boards to fry, no sensors to fail, and no digital displays to burn out. If you replace the rubber gasket every few years, a high-quality stovetop cooker, like a Kuhn Rikon or Presto, can literally last a lifetime. You will likely pass it down to your kids. It's an investment in hardware that doesn't become obsolete. The Instant Pot is a consumer electronic device. It has a lifespan. The heating element will eventually wear out. The sensors might drift, or the electronics could short if you accidentally spill water into the base. It's a sturdy appliance, but it's not an heirloom. You are buying convenience for the next 5 to 10 years, not a tool for the next 50. Also, the non-stick inner pots, common in some models, though stainless is standard now, scratch and wear out, whereas the solid steel of a stovetop cooker is virtually indestructible. Cleaning and maintenance. Cleanup with a stovetop cooker is straightforward because the whole thing, usually, can go in the sink. You can scrub the pot, the lid, removing the valve sometimes, and not worry about getting electrical components wet. It's just a pot. If you burn something on the bottom, you can use aggressive scrubbing pads or even steel wool without fear. It integrates seamlessly into a normal dishwashing routine. The Instant Pot is fiddlier. The inner stainless steel liner is dishwasher safe and easy to clean. But the base unit, the part with the heating element and electronics, can never be submerged. If you spill soup down the side of the liner and it gets into the heating plate, you have a headache on your hands. Cleaning the rim of the base, where the lid locks in, can also be annoying, as crumbs and sauce tend to collect in that narrow crevice. You have to be careful, whereas with the stovetop pot, you can just blast it with water. Cost and value. Price is often a wash initially, but the long-term value differs. You can buy a decent aluminum stovetop pressure cooker for under $50, or a high-end stainless steel European model for over $200. The cheaper ones work fine, but may not last forever. The expensive ones are buy-it-for-life items. The value proposition here is longevity. A $150 Kuhn Rikon will likely still be making risotto in 2045 with nothing more than a few gasket replacements. It is a capital investment in your kitchen's infrastructure. The Instant Pot usually hovers between $80 and $150, depending on the model and sales. It offers incredible value right now because it replaces a slow cooker, rice cooker, and steamer. If you were going to buy those separately, the Instant Pot is a steal. However, because it is an electronic device, its value depreciates. It will eventually die, maybe in 5 years, maybe in 8. You are renting its convenience for a decade, not buying a tool for a lifetime. That doesn't make it a bad buy, it just makes it a different kind of expense. Bottom line, if you are a cooking enthusiast who values high heat, faster results, and complete control over the searing and depressurizing process, buy a high-quality stovetop pressure cooker. It will outlive you, it saves space, and it treats you like a chef. If you are a busy human who values convenience, safety, and the ability to multitask without burning the house down, buy an Instant Pot. It sacrifices a little speed and power for a massive gain in peace of mind and ease of use. For most people, that trade is a no-brainer.